Hi there, it's Jen from empathicmastery.com, and I am so excited to have my friend Michelle here today. Michelle just got the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine, like what?
Last
Like
night.
last night, so
It's not
not
even
even
24
24
hours.
hours.
Right.
And I had seen that Michelle had posted on Facebook earlier today that she was experiencing some responses or reactions to the vaccine. So, Michelle, you and I had had a bit of a conversation before, and you were
hmm
telling me that you're experiencing a sore arm,
Yes.
that you're feeling feverish,
hmm
headache,
hmm
brain fog, and also feeling really, really tired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
It's like
so,
COVID
Michelle,
light.
hmm?
It's like COVID light.
COVID light, yes, yes, which beats the ever living pants
I'll take
off
it.
of COVID,
The
like
real deal.
COVID, the full blown COVID.
Right.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely. So, Michelle and I are going to do a demo for you guys to show how you can use tapping to mitigate your body's reaction to something and how to allow your body to relax and use tapping to calm our nervous system down. So, Michelle, let's just go through kind of the level of intensity. So,
Okay.
for those of you who've never done tapping, basically tapping is sort of a form of emotional acupuncture. And what we do is we tap on specific acupuncture points on our body, and that helps to reboot our nervous system and helps to reset the fight or flight mechanism, the amygdala in our brain. And so we usually start by just evaluating what's going on, giving it a rating on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being absolutely nothing is going on, and 10 being it's the worst thing you've ever felt in your entire life, maybe in multiple lifetimes. And then what we do is we tap on the specific thing. So 0 to 10, sore arm.
Like a 6.
Okay. Feverish, 0 to 10.
That's now more like a 3 or 4.
A 3 or 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
this morning it was like a 10, but now it's
10, yeah. Headache,
oh, that's like I'll say it's an 8.
an 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, which has come down 2 points since you and I even started the
It's true.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we started at a 10. Can't concentrate, no focus.
That's an 8.
8. And then feeling tired, low energy.
8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay. So out of the three biggies, headache, can't concentrate, and tired, I'm thinking it might make sense for us to start working with the headache because it's the most notable and
Yes.
quantifiable thing.
Absolutely.
So as with all of my videos, you and everybody watching this video agree to take 100% responsibility for your own process. Don't go
Absolutely.
places that you don't belong. And also, just to be very clear, tapping is about working with our energy and our emotions and our thoughts about how we're feeling about something. It is not meant to diagnose or treat medical symptoms. So, we're just going to start by tapping on the side of the hand, and we're going to use the basic recipe. We're going to keep it really, really simple. And for anybody who's watching this, and also Michelle, if I say something and the words don't work for you, change the words to work for you. So even though I have this headache,
Even though I have this headache
and you had said it was at the front of my head,
at the front of my head,
and and you had also said it's consistent,
it's consistent.
it's just there.
It's just there.
So I'm tapping on it,
So I'm tapping on it.
and I love and accept myself.
And I love and accept
How's
myself.
that for a
It's
balanced
perfect.
statement? I love and
Yeah,
accept myself. Great. If that's not a statement that works for you and you're watching this, you can use words that work for you. Sometimes, like, it is what it is. Maybe I can love myself through this. Maybe I can be extra gentle with myself. There's all kinds of balanced statements we can use. So, even though I've got this headache at the front of my head,
even though I have this headache at the front of my head,
and it's consistent,
and it's consistent,
it's just there.
it's just there.
I'm tapping on it,
I'm tapping on it,
and I'm open to the possibility that this can shift.
and I'm open to the possibility that this can shift.
Anything else we want to add? And notice how Michelle is yawning already. When it comes to tapping, yawning is a sign that energy is moving. It's always a good sign. So, woohoo! We're already getting yawning. So
Hmm.
that's awesome. So even though I have this headache,
Even though I have this headache,
it's at the front of my head
it's at the front of my head,
and it's just there.
and it's just there.
I'm open to the possibility
I'm open to the
that this
possibility
can shift
that this can shift.
and I can love myself through this.
And I can love myself through this.
Now we're going to move to the top of the head. This headache,
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 this headache.
this headache.
It's just there.
It's just there.
This headache,
This headache,
this headache.
this headache.
It's consistent
It's consistent,
and it's just there.
and it's just there.
This headache
This headache
at the front of my head.
at the front of my head.
This headache,
This headache.
this headache.
This headache.
Let's take a deep breath. And I just have to say, your cozy purple blankie, oh my God, that is the bomb. It looks so, so comfy.
You know, a client gave it to me, and it's just like, I was like, okay, it was perfect on Saturday because it was kind of cool. And I'm like, oh, this is what I need today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really glad that you are taking really good care of yourself today.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's tune into that headache. It started at a 10. By the time you and I started tapping on it, it was an 8. What is it now?
It's sharper. It feels 6-ish. Maybe I should keep tapping on it.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
going to
it's
keep
not
tapping on
6-ish,
it.
like 8-ish still. It's sharper though. The
It's sharper.
quality of it.
If it had a color, what would it be?
Red was the first thing that came to mind.
Okay, so even though I still have this headache,
Even though I still have this headache,
it might still even be an 8.
it might still be an 8.
And it's sharper.
And it's sharper.
And it's red.
And it's red.
I'm tapping on it.
I'm tapping on it.
And I'm open to the possibility that this can shift.
And I'm open to the possibility that this can shift.
Anything else we want to add?
I think that's it.
Okay. And I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Does that work?
That actually is important.
Yeah. So even though
I
still have this headache,
I still have this headache,
but it's sharper now.
but it's sharper now.
So it's shifting.
So it's shifting.
It might even still be an 8.
It might even still be an 8.
And it's red.
And it's red.
So I'm just tapping on it.
So I'm just tapping on it.
And I am open to the possibility
And I'm open to the possibility
that this can shift entirely.
that this can shift entirely.
And I am okay.
And I'm okay.
And it's safe for my body to relax.
And it's
How's
safe
that?
for my body to relax.
So even though I still have this headache,
So even though I still have this headache,
might even still be an 8.
it might even still be an 8.
But it's changing.
But it's changing.
It's sharper now.
It's sharper now.
And it's red.
And it's red.
So I'm tapping on it.
So I'm tapping on it.
And I'm open to the possibility
And I'm open to the possibility
that this can shift entirely.
that this can shift entirely.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
And it is safe for me to let this go.
And it's safe for me to let this go.
This red, sharp headache.
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 Let's take a deep breath. And you can even grab the gamut point. Take your 3 fingers, put it in the groove between your ring finger and your pinky finger, and kind of hug with the palm of your hand, the inside of your other hand, and just take another deep breath. Yay. Good to see you. It looks like things are moving for you.
I think
So,
so. Yeah.
yeah. So 0 to 10, red sharp headache.
6 and it's back to being duller.
6 and back to being duller.
Yeah.
So one of the things that well, I did another tapping video demo with my friend Faye, who had just gotten the second Moderna vaccine, and she was experiencing a lot more of sort of, she felt like she got hit by a Mack truck. But one of the things that she and I noticed was that one of the positive statements she really wanted to acknowledge was that the symptoms or the experience she was having in her body was a sign that it was working.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, I like that.
yeah. So even though I still have a 6 with this headache,
Even though I still have a 6 with this headache,
there's a part of me that absolutely knows
there's a part of me that absolutely knows
that that's because this is actually working
that that's because this is actually working.
and I am okay.
And I am okay.
And it's safe for me to relax.
And it's safe for me to relax.
My body is doing what it needs to do.
My body is doing what it needs to do.
Anything else we want to add?
No, I like that addition of
Awesome.
like the body's
So
doing what even though
I still have this headache,
I still have this headache,
I'm just acknowledging it.
I'm just acknowledging it.
And there is a part of me that absolutely knows
And there's a part of me that absolutely knows
that my body is doing exactly what it needs to be doing.
that my body is doing exactly what it needs to be doing.
This is the way it works.
This is the way it works.
So even though it's uncomfortable,
So even though it's uncomfortable,
part of me can welcome this headache
part of me could welcome this headache
and knows that this is temporary
and knows that this is temporary
and it will pass.
and it will pass.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
And maybe I can just relax about it.
And maybe I can just relax about it.
Maybe it's safe to let it go.
Maybe it's safe to let it go.
So even though I still have a headache,
I still have a headache,
I've got a good reason to have a headache.
I've got a good reason to have a headache.
I just had the vaccine.
I just had the vaccine.
And my body is doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
And my body's doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
There's a part of me that can see how this headache is a sign that this is working.
There's a part of me that can see that this headache is a sign that this is working.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
It's safe for me to relax.
It's safe for me to relax.
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
Anything else we want to add?
That's good.
This headache,
This headache.
is it just there?
It's just here, yeah.
This headache, it's just here.
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 What color is it now?
Well, purple is what came to mind.
This purple headache, it's just here.
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 And it's a sign that my body's doing what it needs to do.
And it's a sign that my body's doing what it needs to do.
This purple headache.
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 Purple headache.
This 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 purple headache.
Let's take in another deep breath.
Now I just want to sleep.
Now you just want to sleep? That would probably be a really good idea. And drink lots of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 0 to 10, purple headache.
I think it's more 4-ish.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what are you noticing? Is it still the sort of dull, consistent just there? Is there any shift in the sensation?
It's dull, but it's not. It goes in and out.
In and out. Awesome. So even though I still have a 4,
So even though I still have a 4,
the headache is dull now.
the headache is dull now.
It goes in and out.
And it goes in and out.
So it is shifting.
So it is shifting.
And I am open to the possibility
And I am open to the possibility
that I could relax about it, that
That I can relax about it and my body's doing what it needs to do.
That I can relax about it and my body's doing what it needs to do. And
Yeah.
I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
So even though I still have a 4,
So even though I still have a 4,
but it's shifting.
but it's shifting.
It's dull
It's dull.
and it's going in and out.
And it's going in and out.
So is it like pulsing?
No, it just kind of eases in and then it backs off and then it eases in here.
Easing in, backing off.
Yeah, easing in and backing off.
So I'm tapping on it.
So I'm tapping on it.
And I'm open to the possibility
And I'm open to the possibility
that this can shift.
that this can shift.
And I can recognize
And I can recognize
that
my body's working.
my body's working.
Yeah.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
And I can love myself through this.
And I can love myself through this.
So even though I still have a 4,
So even though I still have a 4,
because I just got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
because I just got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
And my body is working.
And my body is working.
It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Doing what it's supposed to do.
I'm open to the possibility.
I'm open to the possibility
that this can be even easier.
that this can be even easier.
And that I'm okay.
That I'm okay.
And it's safe for me to relax.
And it's safe for me to relax.
This in and out headache.
This in and out headache.
It's shifting.
Shifting.
This in and out headache.
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 Is it still at the front of your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, still at the front of my head.
Still at the front of my head.
But it's coming in and going out.
But it's coming in and going out.
This in and out headache. This in and out headache.
It's in and out headache.
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 My body's doing what? My body's working.
Body's working.
In and out headache.
In and out headache.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
Let's take another deep breath. Just tuning in.
Yeah.
0 to 10, what have you got?
2, 3?
2, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. And before we go into doing another round on the 2, 3, let's just actually check. So check on your arm, sore arm, 0 to 10.
It's still sore. It's still like...
Is it still a 6?
6-ish, yeah.
6-ish, okay. What about feverish?
I don't feel feverish right now.
So that's zeroed out.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What about can't concentrate, no focus? Does it feel like you're still as foggy?
And not as foggy.
So where it was an 8, what would you say it is now?
Probably more like a 4.
Fantastic. And what
Yeah.
about tired? I know you just said that you felt like
I'm still really tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like I could crawl up and go back
Right.
to sleep.
I'm wondering if is there a difference in the quality of the tired?
You know, it just feels like you need to rest here.
Right. Almost like, I don't know if this is the case for you, but sometimes like for me, there's like wired tired and kind of agitated or uncomfortable tired versus like relaxed tired, where it's just like, nope, I've run out of batteries and my body just needs to rest right
It's
now.
the latter, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas from what you were just, not that we necessarily went into a lot of detail, but I'm kind of imagining that before the tired was a little bit more uncomfortable.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, it felt like I had to do something about it. I'll put it that way.
You felt like you had to do something about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it's sort of more of an urgent sense of
Mm-hmm.
tired, as opposed to now it's just like, yeah, I'm tired and I need to rest.
Yeah.
So let's see. I think I'm gonna actually, yeah, so we're just gonna come back to the 2, 3. So even though I still have a 2, 3 with this headache,
Even though I still have a 2, 3 with this headache,
it's really decreased.
it's really just decreased.
And I'm open to the possibility
And I'm open to the possibility
that this can be totally easy.
that this can be totally easy.
And I can recognize
And I can recognize
that my body is working
that my body is working.
and I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
And it is safe for me to rest and relax.
And it's safe for me to rest and relax.
That's what I need right now.
That's what I need right now.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
So even though I still have this 2 or a 3 of a headache,
So even though I still have this 2 or 3 of a headache,
it's in and out now.
it's in and out now.
And is there more space between the ins and outs?
Mm-hmm.
There's more space between the in and out.
There's more space between the ins and outs.
And I'm okay.
And I'm okay.
My body is working.
My body is working.
It's responding exactly the way it should
It's responding exactly the way it should
to the vaccine I just got.
to the vaccine I just got.
And so maybe it's okay to just relax about it
And so maybe it's okay to just relax about it.
and give myself permission to
I give myself permission to rest.
rest. It is safe for me to relax and rest.
It is safe for me to relax and rest.
Let's just go right up to the head. This remaining 2-3 of a headache.
This remaining 2-3 of a headache.
It's at the front of my head.
At the
Is it
front
still
of my
at the
head.
front of your head?
Yep.
Yeah. And the color is now
Very light lavender.
very light lavender.
Yeah.
It was red.
It's red.
Then it was purple.
And it was purple.
And now it's this light lavender.
Now it's light lavender.
And it goes in and out.
It goes in and out.
But there's more space between the in and the out.
There's more space between the in and the out.
This light lavender headache.
This light lavender headache.
This light lavender headache.
This light lavender headache.
This 2 of a 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 light lavender headache.
My body is working.
My body is working.
It is responding exactly as it should.
It is responding exactly as it should.
And part of me absolutely knows
Part of me absolutely knows
that this too shall pass.
that this too shall pass.
And as I tap on this, I'm realizing.
As I'm tapping on this, I'm realizing.
You get to fill in the blank on that.
This is what vaccines do.
This is what vaccines do. And I'm okay.
And I am okay.
And it's safe for me to relax.
And it's safe for me to relax.
Safe for me to rest.
Safe for me to rest.
I give myself permission to take the rest of the day.
I give myself permission to take the rest of the day.
And just rest.
And just rest.
How's that?
Yeah. Perfect.
I give myself permission to take the rest of the day.
I give myself permission to take the rest of the day.
And just rest.
And just rest.
Let's take another deep breath.
I'm so sleepy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
I'm really sleepy.
Yeah, it's sort of like we just cleared out all kinds of stuff, and now it's like your immune system and your body is having a chance to do exactly what it needs to do.
It does feel like the headache's on its way out. It's still like, I'm not so sure, but it feels like it's headed out.
So in terms of discomfort, we had been at a 2-3 the last round. Is it
So now it's like a 1-2.
A 1-2? Does this feel like a good place to leave the headache?
It'd be fine, yeah.
So what do you say we just give that sore arm a little bit of attention?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, and is it still a 6?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even though I still have a 6 with my sore arm.
Even though I still have a 6 with my sore arm.
I can love myself anyway? What are we going to choose?
I can completely love myself.
I can completely love myself. So even though I still have a sore arm.
So even though I still have a sore arm.
Because that's the way this works.
Because that's just the way this works.
That's just the way this works.
It's just the way it works. I'm okay.
And I can love myself completely.
And I can love myself completely.
So even though I have this sore arm.
So even though I have this sore arm.
And it's a 6.
And it's a 6.
Because that's just the way this works.
Because that's just the way this works.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
And I can love myself completely.
And I can love myself completely.
This sore arm.
This sore arm.
It's just the way it works.
Just the way it works.
This sore arm.
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 Sore arm.
This sore arm.
This sore arm.
Let's take a deep breath. Tuning into the sore arm.
It's definitely more like it's like more like 3-4. It's
3-4, fantastic.
Yeah, it shifted a lot.
And what about the headache? Are we still at like a 1-2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what about concentration?
Probably 6, 5, 6.
Okay, so we had gone from an 8 down to a 4. So would you say the concentration has gone back into, like, in terms of inability to concentrate, or would you say, like, sorry,
I mean, I
didn't
wouldn't.
ask that.
I wouldn't do anything this afternoon that
Involved a lot of mental.
I like to do my finances for my business on the 10th. That's not a good idea today.
Not today. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll put it that way.
Well, and I just that feeling of like I'm tired and that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to fit with the sort of I don't have a lot of spoons for concentrating right now, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm imagining you had said there wasn't necessarily the same sense of like I have to do something about the tired. Would you say that's the same for the concentration?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think my body's just like marshaling all the resources. It's like there's this thing in my body. What is this? What are we doing here?
Yeah. So even though I still have a
Even though?
3-4 about my sore arm,
Even though I still have a 3-4 about my sore arm.
because my body is marshaling all my resources.
Because my body is marshaling all my resources.
I can completely love myself.
I can completely love myself.
Even though I have the sore arm and it's a 3-4.
Even though I have the sore arm and it's a 3-4.
Because my body is marshaling all my resources.
Because my body is marshaling all my resources.
It's okay to love myself.
It's okay to love myself.
I completely love myself.
I completely love myself.
So even though I still have this sore arm.
Even though I still have this sore arm.
It's decreased.
It's decreased.
And my body is marshaling all my resources.
My body is marshaling all my resources.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
And I love and accept myself.
And I love and accept myself.
Sore arm.
Sore arm.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Sore arm.
Sore arm.
My body's marshaling all my resources.
Body's marshaling all my resources.
Sore arm.
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 My body's marshaling all my resources.
My body is marshaling all my resources.
Sore arm.
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 And my body's marshaling all my resources.
And my body's marshaling all my resources.
Let's take a deep breath. Do you tune into the arm?
It's like a 1-2. It's like amazing.
Yeah. So we went from a 10 on your headache when you and I jumped onto this call down to like a 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still a 1-2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And your sore arm was at a 6 and now it's a 1?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
now it's time for a nap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to EFT, drinking a lot of water after having a chance to process something like this can be a really good idea because it allows your body to the energy in your body to be sort of lubricated and flow. So I, if
The
this was my
water, the
body,
water
I would drink a
pitchers,
lot of water
yeah,
today.
it's doing
Yeah.
its thing. So I'll
Yeah.
get it some water afterwards.
Yeah. Does it feel like there's anything else that sort of needs to have the corners swept out, or does this feel like a good place for us
It's a
to
good
be
place to
done?
stop. Yeah, I think I need water and a nap.
That is fantastic. Michelle, thank you so much for helping me to demonstrate how tapping can completely shift something. And,
Thank you. Well, thank you
I
for
would,
helping me.
you're very welcome. And
That's been amazing.
I would say probably we tapped for maybe a half hour and were able to completely alleviate or just really alleviate the discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, for anybody who is interested in learning more about EFT, you can jump on over to my website, empathicmastery.com. Or if this really inspires you and you'd like to learn how to do EFT, please jump over to my other website where I talk about how I teach it at eftinstruction.com. So, I would be incredibly grateful if you would help me to get this out into the world. Because the thing about EFT is that it works amazingly for so many different things. And it's going to take all of us talking about what a miracle it is to get it out there. So if you found that this video was helpful, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel or like my Facebook page and also pass this along to other people who find it useful. Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm
Well, thank
so
you.
grateful. I
Thank
hope you have
you.
an awesome rest. And maybe you and I can check in a couple days and see how
Awesome.
you're doing.
That'd be good.
Perfect. Okay. Until next time, peeps. Bye bye.